All right, good morning, guys. MWUSA Season 4, Episode 9. And I've got some explaining to do this morning. Let me kind of give you the rundown as to what happened and what's going on, what I'm doing about it, and what might happen today. So, as always, there's some kind of drama going on. So, yesterday I went to my meeting, and it was late when I left, and the weather was just so bad. Roads were closed. There was all kinds of problems, so I decided not to go play after my meeting. So that's not a big deal. Maybe $100 in EV. That place had been looked at all day long, and I didn't think that there was going to be that many people in there anyway with the weather. So who knows what would have happened, but I didn't go play. Well, so you hear some different sounds in my car today. And there's a reason for that. Yesterday when I got home, I decided to warm up the new car and get it ready, and I would take that to my meeting. I get in the car, I start it, and everything is good. And then as the car is running and I'm going to go inside while it warms up, I pull the door handle, and the door handle breaks, comes loose. I don't know what the word is, but it's kind of like just hanging there, not connected to anything. It's connected to the car, but it seems like the cable inside is not connected. So, this is really happening to me. I'm worried about the other car with the transmission and everything. And so I'm going to get into this car, and I'm going to start using this for a while, and look what happens. So I had already ordered the fluid for the other car, but since I had a little bit of trouble with it yesterday, I didn't want to risk it on an almost 700-mile trip, or over 700, once you count everything. And like I said, I posted a picture of how long my route's going to be on YouTube, but that is not including a couple casinos, because there's a limit as to how many stops you can have in Google Maps. So I ended up taking my wife's car to my meeting last night. So then I had to make a decision this morning. Am I taking the old car and risk having some kind of transmission issue up to 400 miles away plus from home? Or am I going to take the new car and I can't use the driver's side door? So I decided to take the new car. So let's talk about the new car. I talked to the guy that I bought the car from. He said, sure, bring it over. I'll fix that for you. No big deal. I said, that's really nice of you, but I'm going on a 2-day trip. And when I get back, I have to work on Friday. So it might be Saturday before I can bring the car over. And he was okay with that. So sometime today, I will call him and tell him exactly what's going on so he can have the parts he needs to get it taken care of for me on Saturday. That part is okay. As I told you, he was a little bit delayed in giving me this car in the first place because the hood has 2 latches, and when he was changing the sensor out, the hood wouldn't open on one side, so he had to put a new cable or fix the cable or something. So that's good, and it's closed, it's good, there's no problem, it opens fine, there's no problem. But there must be a sensor inside the hood that makes it think that it's open. So every time I come to a complete stop and start moving again, you hear that ringing where it says the hood is not closed. Stop and close the hood to avoid a possible accident. Well, that's going to get annoying after a while. It's not the end of the world. At least I'm driving something that's safe, I hope. But that's going to get annoying. So that'll be the other thing that he fixes for me. Other than that, it seems like everything is okay. It does still give me the error about too much power or whatever, which might just be that he didn't fully reset after he changed out that map sensor. So sounds like a lot, and in my mind it is a lot, but we have to move on. So right now I have the seat heater on, I have the steering wheel heater on, and it is minus 3 degrees outside. So it's going to be a heck of a day for driving and being out of town in a car that I don't know very well, but it's an adventure that we're going to do. Next thing, as I told you yesterday, the casino I went to, which is over an hour away from where I am right now, put in new machines, and sometimes when they are beatable machines and they're newly installed, there might be a possibility of having an advantage right off. Now, in this case, this one does not have any standard reset numbers or jackpots or anything like that. So this one is going to be less of a chance of that. However, there is a chance, and there are plays on it up to $100 a spin. So there could be a possibility of a lot of money. But what he's saying, MW, what I'm saying is, although I have a 700-mile trip ahead of me, I'm going to go the other way first to this casino and try to see if these machines are on, and if they are, try to play them and then start my trip, which could mean if there are plays on there that I don't even leave town till noon. In that case, I'm not sleeping for the next 2 days because I've got a huge agenda ahead of myself. I've got work, I've got meetings, and I've got responsibilities. So it could get messy, but I'm prepared for that, and I want that because that's how I'm going to make money. So anyway, that's what's going on right now. And I forgot to leave money for my wife because the drywall guy is coming out to do some work. I will call her, see what kind of money she has, and if not, I may have to swing by the house on the way out of town again. So that adds to everything else. That's what's going on right now, and hold on here, it's going to be a long ride. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. So a couple things happened here. Someone sent me a message on Discord and said, MW, there's episode 6 and there's episode 8, there's no episode 7. And I'm like, oh no. So I went back and I looked at episode 8, and I did record it as episode 8, and I started this one as episode 9. So how am I going to fix it? So I ended up re-releasing an episode on FreeBet, which actually is important right now because I'm looking into FreeBet and how to beat it. So episode 7 is now episode on FreeBet. So make sure you hit that. Listen to it. It's only about 15 minutes long. It's a pretty decent episode. So other than that, I did go to the casino, and as I was driving there, I remembered that I forgot some things at home that I need. So I do have to swing by the house no matter what. And with the drywall guys coming, I do need to give my wife money to give to them. So I need to go home no matter what. So I'm heading home right now. As far as the casino, they did have the new machine open, and it was a bust. There was nothing there. Not a single play, not a single spin on 4 machines. I checked them, all different levels, bet levels and everything, and there was nothing. So yeah, that's what's happening with that. So unfortunately, I played some other things, and I did end up making a little bit of money, but I only ended up ahead like $79. Was it worth it? I don't know, but plus $79 at my first stop, and I'm moving on to another casino, and actually stopping by the house first, and then heading to another casino, and then I'll be back to update you. Alright guys, I am back, many hours late, but I'm just leaving home again. Dropped off money to my wife, picked up the items that I needed from home, and I'm on my way. So finally on the way, way behind. So I expected to get to my final casino by 7-ish. It probably won't be until about 9 now, maybe 10. So right now, we're in the moment here. So first thing we're going to do right now is drive to our first casino. I expect to play some slots there. It's going to be a whole different scene than it normally is when I'm there, because I'm never there at this time. Usually I would have left there already, just to give you an idea, normally. But we're heading over there right now, and I think I should have some free food as well, so that'll be a change. We'll get that, and we'll eat that food on the way to the second casino. Doesn't appear like I have any meetings today, but there is one pressing matter I have to take care of for work, and other than that, I should be in good shape. So for now, I'm going to sit back and relax. The temperature is up to 3 degrees right now, and we're on our way. I'll be back. All right, guys, I am back. I just got fuel for the first time in this car, and this thing holds a ton of fuel. It wasn't even completely empty, and I filled up 18 gallons. So for a smaller car like this range must be just incredible. It's got to be way over 400 miles, so I like that. I did want to mention that I did cash out some money on a credit card this morning on my Wells Fargo card that I told you gets 2% cash back on everything. So just for what I did last month, I got a rebate of $373.23. So $373.23. That means I spent about $18,000 on that card last month. So we'll take that. Anything that we can get is good. Anyway, right now we're continuing on still to the second casino, which should have been the first casino. We're about 20 minutes away from there, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back, and I left the first casino. I've been on my way to the second casino for about 45 minutes now, just taking care of some work stuff. And I went in there, and it was pretty much cleaned out. There was nothing there. I walked around, looked everywhere, found one marginal play, and I played it through and ended the session ahead $26, but that's it, $26 for that. I did have free food, so I got some breaded chicken breasts, and that was it. So right now we're continuing on. I don't know what the temperature is because this car has this stupid error up, so I can't see the temperature, but I'll look it up for you because I care so much about you. Today it's a cloudy day. A lot of the snow is melted. It says it's 22 degrees where I am, so that's pretty amazing from only traveling about 3 hours, and the temperature being that much higher. That's kind of crazy. But right now we're going to continue on, and we're going to go to the next casino where we're going to play primarily blackjack, maybe a little bit of slots, and then I'll be back to update you. Alright, guys, I am back. So I'm sitting here in the car uploading files for this audit that we have, and it's taking absolutely forever. Just waiting for these files to upload. And I also have to download files that are going to take forever, and hopefully they're not too big for this SharePoint site. But what happened in that last casino, in this casino, I walk in, I'm looking around, I see some slots, I play a couple, I'm ahead like $5. And then I'm looking for blackjack, don't find any, go back to slots, lose 20, come back, win a couple bucks, and I went back and forth on the slots, and just overall, just nothing there. I ended my session ahead $5 on the slots. Blackjack-wise, I need to stay out of the high-limit room right now, temporarily. And so I went to the lower limit area. I found nothing. And then there was a new area that they just opened up that's really not used. I went back there, and I sat down at a $15 table, and I spread one hand at $15 to two hands at $125. That's actually a pretty good spread. That's like 1 to 13 or so. So that's a pretty good spread. I played that for about an hour and a half or longer, and just basically going nowhere. I bought in for a total of $800 and ended up cashing out for $850 after almost 2 hours, when three young people came to the table who didn't have a clue about what to do. The count was negative. I was happy that they came to the table, but it continued to go negative, and we were going so slow at that point that I ended up not doing it anymore. I just decided to get up. So I'm walking around. I find another low-limit table. I sit down there. I buy in for $300 in chips, and I play at that table for about half an hour, and I end up coloring up $500 in chips. So overall, between the two tables, I had a $50 and a $200 win for a total of $250 in blackjack after a lot of time. and then $5 on slots after a lot of searching. So it was a pretty depressing session, but did come out ahead in the end, and that's what matters, right? So anyway, right now I'm going to finish uploading these files, and then we're going to go to the next casino, and I'll be back to update you. All right, guys, I am back. I'm trying to think back here how that went down. 50 is another 100. I don't know. I guess I was right. So I go into this place, and it's actually pretty crowded. I thought they were doing some kind of giveaway, but that wasn't the case. But most of the machines were pretty crowded, unusually crowded. So I'm looking for stuff, and I find a machine, I play it through, and I end up losing like $80, $85, something like that. And then I play another one, and now I'm ahead 65, and finally I can't find any more slot plays. I go to the blackjack area, and the blackjack area is just no good. There's nothing there. There's a few tables open, but all of them are full. There is one good table open. It's in the high limit area, but as I approached it, it was reserved, and someone had about, I don't know, maybe 175,000 in chips on the table. So I wasn't exactly gonna ask if I could come in, on that table. So walk around some more, decide that I'm done. I don't have any more plays, and then I'm getting ready to leave. I decide to take one more quick lap. I'm hoping to find a good slot machine, or maybe even some blackjack to play. And I end up finding one more machine. I play that one through, and then looked at blackjack again, couldn't find anything anymore, so that was going to be it. So I ended up leaving plus $107, and that was just slots, no blackjack. And at this point I'm moving on to another casino, but kind of have a little problem here. With the cold weather often comes dry air, and I was in the car, and I had a couple napkins, and I blew my nose, and now my nose is bleeding. So I should be okay. I'm gonna stop it hopefully in the next few minutes. I still have 146 miles to my next stop, so hopefully I'm all right. Worst case, I guess I could stop at a gas station and get something else, but just gonna take it easy and just relax and go through all this rush hour traffic here as I'm heading off to my next casino, and hopefully we have some better luck there. We should be able to play some decent blackjack there and some decent slots there as well. So that's what's going on right now, and I'll be back to update you soon. Alright guys, still continuing on to the next casino. It's a long one. It's dark outside now. Sunset about an hour ago, and the roads are still kind of busy. This is a remote area, but it's the highway is only 2 lanes over here, so it doesn't take much for the roads to be busy. But roads are clean, everything is good, no bad weather or anything. So the only thing we got to worry about right now is going in there, making some money. Love to play some blackjack and maybe some other stuff, who knows. But yeah, so far so good, feeling pretty good. And I did just do a couple other things, made some money this morning online, and then I actually did a purchase about 20 minutes ago, and I should make, I don't know how much on that, let me think for a second, about 300 on that. Once it comes in, I'll send that back out. It'll be almost $300 I'll make on that. So yeah, everything is going well, just chilling, relaxing, and I'll be back to update you hopefully with some good news. Alright guys, I am back, and we kind of have an unfortunate situation here. I was actually coming to this casino to work on something with somebody, and it turned out that it didn't happen. So very unfortunate. I came a long way out of my way to get here, and it doesn't look like it's going to work out. So now I'm in the middle of nowhere, and I ended up playing slots and did the session ahead 109. But as far as blackjack, the tables were jam-packed. Poker, the tables were jam-packed, and there was no other opportunity. So the nearest casino to here is a little bit over an hour, but it's an hour further away from where I want to go. And I think I've been there before. I believe it's a real tiny place. But at this point, I think I'm going to go there and just discover a little bit. I need to kind of cool down a little bit too. So a little bit frustrated, and we'll figure things out from there. So right now, I ended that session ahead $109 after driving 2.5 hours to get here. And we're going to go try to find some other place to make some money. I'm looking because sometimes in these far out places, there's these little hole-in-the-wall casinos that nobody knows about, but I haven't seen any. So anyway, we're going to go do that and hopefully come back with some better news. I'll be back. Alright guys, this episode's going to get really long, so I'm going to cut it off here, release this one, and we'll make the rest of the day episode 10. So I'm going to let you go for now. If you have any questions or comments, the email is mwusa21@gmail.com, mwusa21@gmail.com. See you next time.